Okay, let's see here. We got another stream on our hands. I just figured I should be sharing what I'm building. So if you're interested, stick along and probably spend the next hour building new things for our new town set, which is coming together, and that's pretty cool. But before I get started, I need to share in the Discord. Speaking of, if you haven't joined the Discord yet for TaleSpire, I highly recommend doing so. It's a great little community, and lots of tips you can get there about building. Not to mention that you can talk directly to the devs sometimes when they're not busy building. Let's see here. Just gotta share around. I don't have too many different places where I share these builds, but I think it's good just in case. Okay, let's have a look. First things first, I was working on expanding these docks. I believe they're called docks, but I sometimes call them harbor, since these pieces are also called harbor. It's the harbor set, but honestly, the definition is supposedly a dock. So anyhow, what I didn't like about these was that they look great, but they have very, very short little legs. And that's okay, but they felt like they needed something. So I have made these slabs, and these are very easy to make. You know what? I'll take it from the top in case you're new. Step 1 is super quick. Step 1, go to the burrow, pick that one, and place a piece down like that. Head over to the my goodness, tiles and props, the props and miscellaneous exterior. Scroll all the way over to this little short piece here. It's one of my favorites. It's very new and it's just awesome. I'm gonna sink that into the soil here. Make sure I do the height. So you see, you don't want to go where the grid disappears on you. You want to be sure you can see the grid, because that means you are above it and you can, get stuff to stick to the grid. And I placed them in each corner, roughly the same amount of way from side. Now you have a good starting point. Now you can place these up here by just holding X. So you could also technically, I'm gonna just hit X and copy this piece. You could also use these. These also have snap points. You can see the snap points with a little circle. Hold down X. You could do something like this. Maybe something like this right here. That might also be a pretty good approach. Let's see. Now you have these, and I know that I like height for these to be this one. You can make it whatever you want, but I have them in this height because that is the height of the Lemurian docks or Lemurian river docks slabs that I made. These all follow that same height. Not that you have to stick to this particular height, but I like consistency. Anyhow, once you have these, you just copy them. And what I have found is that I like to delete 2 of these. So, and I stack them this way. I also, I'll just turn it. There we go. Now you can put these on back on anytime you want. Remember, if you double click something, you copy it. Now I double click, hold down shift, move it horizontally right where I want them to be. I know there are like these little things peeking up here, but once you have the water here, you don't really notice what's below too much, and I think that'll apply to your players as well. Now that looks pretty docky to me, in my opinion. Actually, this one is lower than the standard. At least I think so, because those don't look entirely right. Ah, you know what it is? Yeah, what is it? Let's see. These look at a different height. What am I missing here? Let's bring this over and see what happened. Was lost in translation here. Place that here. Okay, did I move these higher up than I intended? Maybe I did. Oh, yeah, I did. How about that? How inconsistent. But I do like this look better. Just these are peeking out shorter, as these are peeking out way too high up. So, what will we do? Well, I think these docks, when I am using them, they will be for larger docks, and that's why I'm having multiple of them. So I'm going to keep them as is. If you prefer, you can always lower them. It doesn't take much. All you need to do when you have the docks you like, just pop over here and just move them down. And you can do the same thing with these pieces as well. So, you know, that's not too hard. Another detail that I also added to these was the, I don't know what these are called, but they're from the ship. They kind of remind me, they could be something that is placed there for people to climb up. It could also be fishing nets or something. It looks maritime to me, and that's what I care the most about. Style over substance, right? And there you have it. That's how I create docks right now. I'm pretty excited to try this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna upload these as slabs very shortly here. Actually, let's try it out. If I copy this, hold on shift to make sure it's on the same height, and then let's say I want to extend this dock right here, and same thing over here. I'm gonna place that there. That's already looking pretty promising. It's short one as well. We could do something like that over there. Maybe even an extra side here. Hit tab to reveal the water, and you know what? It's looking pretty promising. This gap I'm not bothered by. You could, if you really don't like it, you can always put in a ramp. Yeah, that might not be great either, but actually there is a ramp with a barrel. There it is. It's actually the only instance of a small barrel. Man, I wish we had that barrel. It's a really great one. You know, you can place those there, and that'll work as well. Now you have something for them to float on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know what? I feel that that's working. These came out just the way I wanted them. We'll keep them. I think the only thing that I will do is we're gonna add a little bit of detail. Gonna add an anchor out here, so, and one of these, or a couple of them, and that they look a lot like something that you would tie your boat to. So I like having them in there. And anything else? I'm pretty happy with that, right? I think I'll make 2 variations. So let's move them aside here. Oh, I broke my thing here, but that's okay. There we are. And you know what? Let's take it from the top, everybody. Here you go. So, have this piece. Gonna copy it like so. Copy this again. And make one that is almost as long. And just bring these over. Make sure to rotate for variation, and then bring in a couple of friends to make sure it's different enough. Maybe this one, for example. That'll do it. And maybe we do, yeah, something like that. Here. That should do it. Hey, is that the Sage? Sage on stage. Great inspiration. It's good to see you, buddy. We got Pikey. Hello, Pikey. And I am very happy, Mathis, to hear you have tried these. If someone is new to the stream, yes, you can find all of the stuff that I build. Almost. You have to go to mod.io to see everything, but if you type in Lemurian, you can find all the things that I build. This morning I uploaded a new piece, actually. Let me briefly show you. This is the Lemurian village ruin. So if you type in Lemurian, you will find all of the stuff, almost. But if you type in Lemurian village, you'll find all of the variations of villages that I can build. And usually I make very cozy villages, you know, the friendly kind of place that your players can visit. But today I made something a little different, which is an abandoned, well, it's less a village and more a farm, but I just converted the pieces we already had. I mean, it's abandoned village, the name of the set, right? So we kind of have to oblige Bouncy Rock. Anyhow, that allows you to visit an abandoned farm. And this is not really a village, but I kind of count it as in the set, and that's the Lakeside Castle docks. These are, it's a very small dock, but you can imagine you have a bridge that goes out to the castle. You can traverse through the castle, and of course you have this kind of like dock-like complex. And let's be honest here, you could, if you had something like this, which I will upload very shortly, you could expand this one to be way more interesting. Let's put it at the right height here, like so. You could even really expand it in all directions. Even make it longer this way, or maybe do something like that. Anyhow, it's pretty quick to build and make this castle, these castle docks, way more interesting. So consider that. I'm gonna do that today, but yeah, it's so much quicker to build with slabs. It's just all about making sure that the slabs are usable for others. That's why everything I build, I try to follow a few rules. I haven't really defined these rules, but everything I build is trying to follow the same style, the same mannerisms, if you will. Anything that makes it easy to place them together. That also means that they typically follow the same sizing, which I would call tabletop size, in that the things I build are large enough to be believable, or small enough to be believable on actual table. So yeah, I'll go into more on what I think makes a good usable slab in another video. Right now, we're just gonna build a little bit, have a little bit of fun. This dock is fun. I'm really enjoying this is coming together here. Just gonna add a few more details, and we'll bring more of these over as well. Kind of fill a few of the gaps here, as if there has been repairs to these docks over the years. Go. Ink. Oh my goodness, Sage, congratulations. That is wonderful. Congrats on being a dad. That is wonderful. Or mom. I shouldn't assume gender. My apologies. But either way, parent. Yeah, that is just wonderful. Hope you get to sneak away and build a little bit occasionally. That is always good for mine. That is certainly why I'm building. It's so good to just relax with a build when you've had a busy day. You can just come in here and add your own stuff. So Mathis, if you are building with these things, thank you very much. That makes me very happy, because that's the purpose of it all. But this is, in my mind, a fishing dock, so I'm gonna add some place. I'm gonna add... I don't really know what these things are super meant to be, but here we are. These at the end. There we go. It's a little fishing, little fishy docky. So maybe the white is at the end then. And I think that'll do it. I also like to sometimes add a little bit of detail underneath here, just so that the water doesn't look super uniform. And also it kind of hides the hanging pieces a little bit, which I think is good. It's looking promising. Maybe we add some rocks to it to just really hide that this is all the same. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay, I think that is gonna do it. Ah, do we need a barrel? Let's be honest, we always need one barrel. I would imagine that if you use this slab, you would kind of copy it and then mix these things up a little bit. So for that reason, I think it's always nice to have a few of them sitting around. But I'm trying to make sure it doesn't, it doesn't get too cluttered, because the moment you add too much stuff, it becomes much easier to notice that you're using the same slab over and over. Once we can add some stuff, right? Make sure that I'm not matching anything on this side. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's make one more variation here. This one, I'm gonna keep one completely plain. That way you can always expand it and add more stuff if you like. So then we did one more variation here. do we add here to make this one feel unique? Do you ever have these on the inside? I feel like you would, for weird reasons. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna make a version that has that. Add this one on the outside here. That'll have to do. Lots of rope in this one. Lots and lots of rope. This would be very helpful when you're building variations of them. Trying to fit them all together, right? These at the very end here. Just hanging on, so to say. Oh. There we go, now they're really hanging on. And finally, what will we add? I'm gonna add something, some heft, yeah. I'm glad to hear it, Spacey Cat. Thank you very much. It's very relaxing to build these. Okay, so we got these, and you know what? I think that's a good start to this little dock system. I think the only thing we're gonna do is add a little variation like that too, just so we have it. So we're gonna do that. Bring these in. And a little of this. So I really like these nets, if you will. I think they look awesome. We're gonna utilize them. Yeah. Okay. It can kind of like be a back end style dock. I wonder, could we expand it? Is that necessary? Maybe it is. Nah, it's getting too complex. I want to keep everything small and hopefully modular. That's our goal always. If you add too many dimensions, it gets difficult to mix and match them. This one is meant to be on the inside, but you could always adjust. You can always meld things. That's what's so great with TaleSpire. You have that ability. I'm pretty happy with this. Barrel here. A little light. So I think that's all I'm going to do for now. Yep. All right, let's start uploading these. Just like so. And you know what the thing we could do here? Could raise the water here. It'll really help when we are presenting these. Okay. Let's call these Lemurian docks. Wooden harbor. No, wooden pier. Yeah. This is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah. This is a 2 by 12. Not bad. I'm gonna copy that. Marian village builds, for example. All right. Just have to wrap ourselves in patience while we wait for that to be added. Okay. That's number 1. Let's add number 2. Interesting, so it kind of creates a cutout here to let us see what we're selecting. Interesting. Oh gosh, oh, that sneeze did not make it on air. That would certainly get me sued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. Okay. It's a fishing dock, wooden fishing pier. Maybe we call it that. See my YouTube for tips. I like to put a little, what do you call it? Promotion in these slabs. Might as well. Very happy to hear when people are using them. That is just awesome. That's exactly what we want people to do. We buy 6 simple pier. Cool. Speaking of, I have also uploaded some rowboats. They are not under the Lemurian name because they're so simple. But I just found that it just takes time to build boats, so why? Well, we have the slab system now. Let's make it easier for people. So I'll show you that in a second. As soon as I'm done with these pier pieces and uploading those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, we've got some nice variations here. And pier. To any harbor. Always have to add description, otherwise we're not allowed to upload. If you have uploaded anything to the Slab browser lately, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear if you have made something or if you have used my comment to build your own things. That's also awesome. I saw someone that built a, was it Dragonlance map? That was awesome. They'd been using the Lemurian Forest Road slabs in mix with other slabs from other creators. Oh, that is so fantastic. So yeah, made me really happy. Go. For fishing village. There you go. Okay. Now with that out of the way, we can get back to what we are scheduled programming. I just really had to get these out there. There we are. Okay. Let's lower the water. Let's take these out of the question, and we're gonna get rid of all of this because these are just old slabs. We don't need these right now. Though I will say I was building. Oops. I was building last night and found this combo that made me just really excited. Marian River. And what that was I was combining the river slabs with the docks like this. It made me really want to create this kind of like dockside scene where you can really create this very busy scene. I think that's gonna do something like that, for example. That's a little weird, but and then you add a piece like this at the very end. And then you add some water around it. Anyhow, I was like, man, I could make this cool fishing dock village pier stretching out into the water like this. Ah, that's awesome. I really, really want to do a map like this. And that's also why I have made a couple of... oh, what did I call them? The Marian docks. Nope, that was what I just built. Marine Harbor. No. Let's see what it was. Town dock. Okay, so it's under the town name. This is, for example, our shipyard. That is empty. You can add your own boat in there. Like, you can really just create a very cool scene very quickly. That is just fun to arrive at for the players, or maybe have a big showdown. You choose. But yeah, there's a couple of boat houses now. And I also added a boat that was under construction. From the name of it. It shouldn't be too old here. Let's see. It should be in here. Oh yeah. Harbor decor fishing boat under construction. That's the piece. You can add that. Like, yeah, wow, look at that. That's cool. And that also takes us to the rowboats I've added. And these are super basic, but you know, it allows them to, or allows you to quickly add boats to any map, which just adds so much more life to them. So anyhow, that's what I've been up to. Let's get back to building. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yes, I think it looks less flat as well. Yahiko. Absolutely. Okay. You might have seen some of the Lemurian town decor that I have been adding to add more. I'm obsessed with adding these forges and blacksmiths, because any good town needs those, and I have a bunch that I need to add as well. They're coming, but I'm just a little slow with them. Make sure I'm getting the right name and the right style and the right everything. I'm also working on this set, which is town decor. It's my attempt at sundial. Little game table here. Little park bench. Little things that you can just add to your towns to make them feel unique, special, and different. Speaking of, we also have some boards here and gallows. Is that what you call this? Anyhow, we need mission boards, so those are coming as well. I'm gonna upload that. I'm just trying not to flood the Lemurian town keyword here, but I think that's what's gonna happen. So we'll see. We also have walls are coming for that, but in the meantime, I am building out these multi-layered cities, trying to make them as modular as possible. And that is what's taking a lot of time, because it's easy enough to make. Like, I like the way that this looks, but it's hard to build, yeah, it takes time. So just testing more and more with these slabs here, and this is starting to feel where I want it to be. I was just placing these are all just modular slabs combined, you can probably tell. What I wanted to see was, what do I do in order to them streets, and the idea was to just these. So let's see if we copy these and copy these, and immediately you're getting, hey, look at that, it's more of a street rather than a very cold not street. And then it's very quick to just clean this up, or multiply if you need that. You can even like half set them through to create some variations. I kind of like that. I like it better than having these streets already part of it, because if they were, they get very hard to combine into something better. This system, boom, you can have it done very quickly. And for a side street like this, I think what I would do something like this, just lower it. Like so, yeah, I think I would do that. Maybe even have a bridge. Did I add that bridge? No, maybe I didn't. Thought I did. I was working on a modular bridge system. Yeah, I didn't upload it yet. So, here. Super simple, nothing special. And I realized this one is even too small for what I had in mind. Yep. That's not gonna fly at all. Instead, then what you would do is you would something like that. And you can have that variation, so that, you know, I like that. I do like that. Here's a little trick, by the way. I find that this line right here is always so stark and so dark and plain, but if you add, say it's this piece, this 2x1 piece, you add that to the outside, you blend it way better with the rest of the wall. In fact, you can even turn it and add even more detail. Now you can't even tell that you're there. Now I've been using this in the Lumbering Castle set to kind of hide it, and it also adds a little bit of details and edge. I really like that method. Very happy with that, so recommended. There we go. Yeah, that's not. Do that, of course. So this is kind of like a bridge. I think we will probably standardize this. I'm gonna move this over here. Let's see here, where here, and I think these. Yep. Give us some room to move. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll sort it out. we'll sort it out. Anyhow, this is making me excited because now... So yeah, I don't think this bridge would be... Because now I can start to experiment with the buildings top of these. Starting to come together. I also see that here, for example, is where we would typically place a staircase. And that's super easy when I have one, but copy this. There we are. Yeah, staircase. Ah, I love the copy paste, but I love slabs more. All right. Now all of these are in good shape. So you picture the different buildings. Now I have a bunch of buildings set aside here, and these are really meant to be side by side like they are here. I don't think that will work for our build, but let's just try that. Can. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, now these are easy to cut because they're following. I lost a piece, but they follow a very grid-like system here. Let's see. Yeah, this one over here. Yeah, that makes sense. And this doesn't make sense. Nor does that. But if we were to cut this and set it back a step. How many steps back do we have to go? One will help with that. This is acceptable. I will let this one slide. Also, since you can technically walk around through this midsection, through here and up. I will be okay with that. That would be fine. Oh, Ninja game. Don't get me started. We're gonna be here all stream if I were to talk about what I want in the next future patch, but well, you know what? If there was one thing I really want, it's more variations in roof angles. I know that sounds so simple and basic, but man, this 45-degree only roof situation we are in now makes for such boring builds. I really love having a bit of variations in the slopes, especially when you're trying to do things like this. Trying to do these sloped angles on these houses, and I think this is fine, but this is straight. That's not good. Same thing here. This is like it's almost a flat roof. This thing too would look so much better if this wasn't a flat roof. Not to mention that having angles on roads or these stone tiles here so that you could make ramps that felt more natural. Like it wouldn't be impossible. And we know it's possible because we have these. So wonderful. It's one of my new favorite pieces. We just need more alternates of them so that we can create just better buildings overall. Stuff that just looks more realistic, you know. But no, yeah, it does take ages to build, and some people are doing some really good stuff here. Like, I love these houses by, I think it's Winston. Yeah, Winston the Butterfly makes the best houses, the best roofs. I love these. These are beautiful. But I don't have the patience or the nerves to use these pieces like this. I really don't. It gives me anxiety. Oh man, that's a nice frontier. Winston, by the way, makes these amazing houses. They definitely inspired the stuff that I'm building now, but they are much, much prettier than mine. Look at this. Look at this. Even the insides are fully detailed. Look how good the buildings look when you have variations in slopes rather than always the 45 degrees. So much better. And I really wish we could have those so we didn't have to kit bash these things together. It looks great, but yeah, I really wish we were to get some more angles. That would make me very happy. By the way, have you seen this house, by the way? Curse of Strahd Death House Town version by Gulu for Loom. It doesn't look like anything else in TaleSpire. And it just really shows how creative you can get with it if you set your mind to it. This is just incredible. Just incredible. It's not my build style at all because it's just using too many props and just can't get myself to do that. But I love it. I love it. I love the creativity here. Absolutely adore it. So yeah, I'll show that. Yeah. Oh yeah, it would really open up having more, especially in things like the Shogun Palace. If you ever looked at any of the actual Shogun thing, what do you call them, castles, then they have these kind of moat-like, wall-like structures underneath them. This is the one that I tried, but they always have sloped, angled stone walls near the bottom. I tried to represent that with these wooden pieces, but it's just not the same. Give us some proper rocks. You know, this is a fun build actually. A little chaotic, but I think it worked. Beautiful set. Love that they gave us these angles on the roofs with the green. Wish they would do more of that. That would be awesome. But I'm happy we just got new roofs. That was wonderful. Wish they were slightly bluer, but they would stand more out from Murgath. Really like the thought of differentiating those better, but it's good. It's good. Oh yeah, curved roofs, please. Curved roofs, more curves to everything. That would make me happy. Right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just testing. And I think what I'm seeing is that this system has potential. You can add... And the reason I wanted this style is that you can just add more variety to your towns. This one won't fit. Oh, couldn't actually if you just remove a couple of pieces. Oh, how about that? Lovely. If you just have all the buildings on the same plane, then you kind of end up with, I guess you could say you end up with a Lemurian village like this. And that's really cute, but it doesn't feel like they've been here for a long time. So if you want a town, you need basements and you need stuff that has been built up and you need it to feel like it's busy and intense and there's storage and like there's infrastructure. And that's why I'm building these underways, and I think I am happy with it now, just seeing how this is working. This is really promising, though I think it'll be the harder system to build with, and that's okay. That's okay. People have gotten really good at using my slabs, so I think it's okay to create something that requires a bit more effort. So the goal, of course, is for this to not be too hard. Should be easy. Just put in a few of these out of the core pieces here. Some of these. And I'm gonna just, you know what, I'll just take them all over here. Very quickly want to test. How do you create, because if you don't add a little bit of stuff, everything feels very stale very quickly. So we'll do here, for example, I'll just add more. So there's a, it's like an outdoor seating area here. That could be cute. And of course you would be having to take away a few things as well, because not everything makes sense like that. I am working on a market style thing too, but that will come later. Let's see here, what else do we have? Got all sorts of buildings here. Definitely gonna be adding a ton more. Yeah, oh, this city watch tower is interesting. Add it right there. Yeah. Making sure that you have some distance between things, but it's looking promising. Now you really have to spend some time and add some details and things like this. If you were to copy this, just see what it feels like if you... Streets are not gonna match up, but that's... Oh, okay, they kind of match up. There we go. Can you imagine once you start to build something like this? You feel like, oh, it's a real little town. Lots of places to have fights or hidings or missions or whatever it is the players are up to. That'll be fun. Yeah. Very excited about that. So, and if it's not clear, the goal here is because I've seen a lot of really beautiful towns in my time. I mean, look at the stuff that the Staldris is building. But very often I found that because the interiors were built to also have tons of detail, you kind of end up with something that's very unruly. These are built in a size that I think won't overwhelm the players or you what you're building. It's just large enough to explore and actually do stuff in, but it's simple, way simpler, way more basic, allowing you to create a large town that the players can go to and be like, oh, this is a bustling place with lots of things happening. But it's not going to take you years to set up, even with pre-slabs, pre-made slabs. All right, let me see if I can. Okay, that could kind of work. I mean, this having a chapel like this with an entrance like that is terrible, so I get it. But I'm excited. I think this will work. Definitely be working. I'll just be making a basic board where I test out all of these. That'll be fun. Yeah. See if I can test one more thing here. Do it on two. Yep. A little gnarly, but that'll work. Like, you can also convert these. It doesn't have to be a like a porch. It could be very quickly transformed into a balcony. Just removing a few pieces. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to start building on these. So I think it's time to furnish these pieces. So these are built so that they have interiors. And we're gonna keep them extremely basic. So what I mean by that is we're gonna have one of these inside each. See? That way you can always add more of them. And you're gonna have a few containers that you can add your own. If you are in a hurry, you can always say that, oh yeah, it's furnished. Keeping it super basic down here. So maybe we do big barrels as well. Here. And let's have the same stuff over here. There's always an entrance. And add these. Now it also means that you can combine these very quickly and kind of just knock down a few to connect them. That's also how it has been designed. I like to place things like this next to the windows. That you can cast a little bit of light outside. These as well. Try to not do anything that it makes stuff too noticeable or recognizable. Add some boxes here too. Super basic. Keep it basic, people. Always keep it basic. Chest. I try not to put too many chests in because players will always go, what's in the chest? And then you have to come up with stuff for every chest. And that's never fun. So boxes too. You know, it doesn't take much to just make something feel furnished, especially when you add light. Always add light, people. I see more and more builds these days, and people aren't using the beautiful lighting system that we have in here. So I'm afraid placing lights around. Oh, look at this. This basement does not have a door. I think we have to add something. Here. That's not a door. Doors. There we go. Barrel. Definitely need these boxes. And I have no obsession of placing boxes that there's one tile available that players can hide behind. I don't know if you do that, but I definitely do. I don't think I'll stop anytime soon. every map I make, I want to be a infiltration mission. Let's put this thing here. A little different. Okay. Good. We got some detail in those. And I do plan to make variations of these two. That's for later. Now we also have this big corner unit here. So this one, let's see what that be. Pretty big. It does make me want to kind of add a little bit of variation to these things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am adding concrete pieces to these. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. Let's do that. Some boxes down here. Obviously we need barrels. It's starting to look like a basement. Just the main light source. There we go. Yeah. And finally, this one is pretty crazy here. I'm tempted to that. Feels more natural. Then it's a door. Yeah, that's a door. Okay. There, maybe we add that too here. Really want to make more mega dungeons now that I've been building these. Definitely think that's a video that's coming. I'm also thinking of doing a new cave video in case you are thinking of doing caves for your next campaign. And you let me know. Let's add a little bit of interest to these. It's amazing what just a little bit of diagonal corners do, huh? It's crazy. I also like sometimes to add these. Just as a kind of like, looks like you're supposed to store things like barrels. Oh, easy. Put one of these there with a little light, and you have a scene. it's pretty quick. Oh, and don't forget, you also have this particular piece. It's very easy to forget about. Mega dungeon. This one. So with that, you can do things like this, where you just have somewhere to place something in. That also adds a lot of differentiation to all the walls that have the same texture over and over and over. So, recommended. Add some of these barrels here. Just for patience' sake, I think I could add this here. Yeah. Table. Yeah. Let's add some warmth to that. Bags, another barrel, and that should do it. Don't want to add too much. It should be easy to do your own interior if you don't want this. That's important. I'm gonna make variations, like I'm gonna have one that has a jail in the bottom and so on, but what that means is that when you combine these with buildings on top, you will start to get just more interesting buildings. They will have a basement, and each each basement will tell a story. This is where I started. Originally, I had these street pieces on front of everything, and I do think that works, but it made for very uniform builds, so I prefer it without the pavement around, because it means that you can rotate these more. Be good. Okay. Let's see, what will we do next here? Gotta look at my cheat list. Yeah, I need to have cheat lists. Always so many things I want to build. I think that's in a good place. Okay, so that's... Oh, and this is also pretty much done. This is a house style that is meant to fit on top of these pieces. Oh, let's see if we can grab it. It's designed to be easy to grab. There we go. So let's see, does it fit? Can place it here, and it kind of goes along with this staircase. Can place it on something like this, and that also goes with the staircase. Place it on this slab if you want to, probably with some others, and that should work perfectly. This one I don't know about. No, not for that one. Works for this one. Designed for that one, and of course this. If you combined multiple. Now these slabs are, I believe they are 10. Very rare example of, usually I go in 4 and 4, so this should be 12 by 12 or 8 by 8. So these are 10 by 10. I found that that size just worked better with all the buildings and gave them some room to breathe, because these are following the 4 divisible system again. And that means that you always have a little bit of extra room. Also building, this is a modular style square building, so I'm working on that. Pretty tricky to make it look good and work, but yeah, I think we're in a good place with that. Okay, let's take these. Take these over here. And let me just write down what I'm gonna call these. I think we'll call these Lemurian Town Base. Nah. The foundation is too long. Base, Lemurian Town Base. Means that you can upload them and find them quickly. I will try that. I will try that. Let's see, how big is this one? 10 by 14, okay. Is it looking all right? I think it is. But you know what? I'm gonna start with only the 10 by 10s. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Aryan Town Base. I love the shading on them in this angle. It's kind of hiding the best features. We turn them a little better. That's ideal. Actually, did I? There it is. Alright, let's start with this one. This is the most basic piece available. Marian Town Base. With stairs. We call this A. Much fun. Fine with others and payment for best effect. So notice I'm making sure I have shadow on the left side, light on the right side, and I take a picture that sort of shows both sides and fills the screenshot. And it's well lit. That way you get a good example, good thumbnail that lets people see what it is they are copying. The thumbnail matters. Okay. With that, I just had a thought I need to check before I continue. And that was, there is this. Oh my goodness, what is it called? Sewers. Harbor. Cobblestones. There it is. Would this work with cobblestones? I think it would. If you were to delete this, just say, hey, I want this. Yeah, cobblestones even, I would say, works better than these. I think both are allowed. Both are acceptable, but I think what this is, it just adds another type of texture that also, yeah, that mixes well with it. Only issues that they're all perfectly uniform here. I never loved that, but yeah, I think I might start using this approach. That'll be cool. Okay, let's upload a couple more. This one of my favorite actually. It has this cool little arch, has a cool door, a side piece there. Maybe this angle is a good angle. Oh, let's make sure that it's... Yeah, look at that. Okay. Oh. Weird. I've never seen... Why? What is this? Oof, stuff starting to break down. Yes, it is. Something is very wrong. Okay. Hmm. Have I added too much? Probably. Okay. Let's delete some stuff. This is my early tests, and they didn't. They taught me a lot of things. I'm glad I did them. I think I'm gonna delete this city here. As pretty and fun as it was to build, don't need it anymore. Goodbye. These rooftops we don't need. Okay. Will that be enough to make the engine happy? It's my first attempts way back. Ah, how simple my thoughts were back then. I've learned so much since. This system was just too small and not flexible enough. Lemurian roads is fine, but yeah. Oh, this is also a building style. I'm gonna explore more. I thought that was fun. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough? Should I remove this? I'm too attached to this one. I can't remove it yet. I can't let go of it. Okay. It's too big to copy and make into slabs. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's try over here again. Well, okay. I think that's exit to main menu situation. I'll just pop back in. Here and forest roads. Oh, let's hope that that's gonna work. Copy this and yeah. It was just having a bad day. That's all. Nope, that's not gonna work. Name we chose was Lemurian base. It's archway. We're gonna call it with stairs. 10 by 10. B. There we are. Combine with others. Simple. Keep it simple. I can't wait to build with these. This is gonna be so much fun. I almost want to build even taller things now that I see. Now that I've become familiar and kind of comfortable with this style, kind of just want to build more. So here we have town base 10 by 10 A. And combine with others and add cobblestone pavement. Yeah. And from the sides. Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. Once these are up, I can actually start adding some buildings. That is exciting. I really like this. This is a little combo. It makes for a nicer stairway, which I kind of didn't realize it makes for a very difficult build. I wouldn't recommend doing it very often. Maybe if you make the broader version, I think. Yeah, maybe we try that. Here. Marion. Town base. Stairs. 10 by 10. C. Wait for a mansion. Add cobblestone. Wait. Now, these are all also going on a slab that I have uploaded. I should really look up what I call that one. My goodness. I think it's called streets or something. Let's see here. Pop in here. Can I call it street? No? Well, there's some very cool builds out here. It's not street at all. Oh, I completely forgotten what I call that. Can I see my uploads? My 1100 uploads? Oh wow, it goes from my... No, this is all over the place. Is this alphabetical? Oh, that makes it really hard to find something, doesn't it? And then it kind of stops even though there's more. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'll have to figure out what I call that one. I didn't upload it that long ago. Gotta scroll a little bit. By the way, check out this hex stuff from Nori. It is super cool. Definitely gonna be making a video on that soon. Try it out. It looks awesome. There it is. Oh, it is Lemurian Town Ground, 22 by 22. Ah, cool. We're gonna use that very soon. Lemurian Town. Okay. Let's just add a few more. So we got these two. These are good starters. This one, did I finish this? Yes, I did. Good job, me. It's too bad you can't see the stairway. Okay, let's do this instead. Town. Base. Stairs. 14. Add pavement and combine with others. Lemurian Town. Yeah, I completely forgot the ground. I hope that's what I called it. I hope that's what I called it. Let's find out. Might even have to create a new board for this. It's just getting out of hand. I can't be... It's too much. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Set this as our main. I'm gonna look at the... Oh, 0.8. Set... Okay. Okay. This is how you create the style that you see in my slabs and my videos. Step 1, head on over to the campaign board setting and switch it to yellow. Congratulations, you're halfway there. Secondly, atmosphere settings. I'm gonna put on some, actually I don't use anything, but I use music. I guess let's change the music up. And then bring the exposure down, just 2 points, it helps. I normally don't do that, but in this case I do. It adds for more interesting shadows. And then you move sun just ever so slightly, and then you apply that to the game board. What that does, it just creates slightly better, call it slightly better shadows, I find, rather than having them straight down like that. Now you're getting a little bit of a corner there, and you might even do a little bit of it. I sometimes play around with it, but I'm gonna try to keep. Now here is the Lemurian town ground. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna rotate and place, rotate and place, and rotate and place. So, and because it becomes a little hard to know what is even going on with this, I'm gonna add a Lemurian dock situation here. Let's see. Yes, Yahiko crashed the board. So this would be where the players arrive. Could I double this? Could this work? Maybe it could. That'd be cool. Wow, yeah, that's not what I originally intended, but I'm just curious now. Wow, okay, interesting. Interesting, but let's keep it simple. Let's make some docks. Oh, that's not entirely right. Oh, what's going on here? Why are these not aligning? Oh, these are... Oh, this one is set not to the normal height. And I think I did that on purpose to keep it simple. Okay, so they're not a perfect match, but you know what? We will overcome that by just ignoring it. And move it up again. Boom. No problem. Alright, what else do we have? This one too, and this one matches. But as you say, it's slightly different here. That's too bad about this stuff, but it's pretty easy to fill in. There we are. Okay. Can't win them all. Do I want the greenery here? I don't think so. It's too much work to build it out, so just these on like so. Now we have a bit of a dockside situation here. And now, Arian Town base. Yes. I would imagine it would be going a road through here. And we'll represent that with some cobblestones. Where are the cobblestones? We are. Yep, let's do it. We don't want to broad street here. I'm just gonna stretch them because I just want to know where it's going. And imagine that then this pier then opens into the rest of the city. Let's make a corner here and here, and same thing over here. Right here, I want the road to be slightly broader here. Yep. And then let's hop on over here again. I kind of maybe. Oh, do these fit out on the docks? No, they don't. But it wouldn't be very hard to make them kind of just work out there. Anyhow, we're not going to do that now. I'm just going to bring this down here. There we are. There's a gap here, but that's okay. Let's do the other one. Oh no. Oh, look at that. 10-10. Haha. It's weird, the 10-10 stuff just works better out here. That's so crazy. Gonna add that. At this one, I notice will be better here if we look for a little bit of Wow, how did I do that? I don't know. We make for payment on both sides here. Then both will feel more open, and I won't have to worry about placing something there to make it all fit together. Excellent. Let's see. On the other side, I'm gonna open this up again a little bit. I'm gonna place this here. And on the other side, I might actually just do the same thing. And we just fill in the gaps here with some cobblestones. Cobblestones are dear. Actually, I never use cobblestones. So this is pretty wild to be using cobblestones after all these years. Goodness. Okay. Now where do we want the next building to be? Just add some. Yeah, see? Everything goes in fours. So, let's add some more slabs. But these can also go on the side. We have one with don't. I'm gonna use this one with the staircase. One, two. Just feeling my way through these streets, like what would go there? What would make sense? Okay, so now we can have a little. Yeah, it'll be fine. Now there's definitely a street coming through here. Feel that. And how broad is it? Yeah, that's a it's standard width. The 10 by 10 system is working. Let's see here. That is very exciting. Okay. This one, I notice there's a door here, but I don't care. I am going to lock it. Guaranteed. So, don't care about it. Because that can just become a basement door later on. So if we go down here. Okay, so there's a staircase here, but that means that we just take this door away, and now You have a very fancy storage arch. Excellent. Same thing here. If there are any details that shouldn't be there, you can just fill them in very easily. Oh, nobody will know any different. And that is the purpose of these modular sets. They're meant to be quick to combine with other pieces. Oh, here's something. Oh, here's something. It's cool. It's kind of like a window between them. I don't know what the story is there, but I like it. Interesting little detail. Here, this one is a little trickier. I'm tempted to just power through there, but I don't think that would make sense. However, simple system like that would be neat. I have the quick select down here. By the way, if you're new to TaleSpire, the quick select at the very bottom is super awesome and definitely worth investing time in. Because it just saves you lots and lots of time. I like using jail cell doors. I kind of like that you can see through them. To me, instead of being a jail cell, it's a very utilitarian necessity doorway that just sits there. It isn't just like a mystery box door. I like that you can see through here. Here, you can add a bigger doorway, like so. Yay. Okay, so we have that. We also have something going on here. Kind of wanted this to be more of a walkway, but yeah, no, maybe we don't do that. No, we won't. We're gonna just go straight through here. Can we do that though? Without obscuring anything? Nah, we can't, but did make this to be modular, didn't we? And I think we can get away with just a little edit like this. Take this away. There we are. Take this and place it on. Let's see how well it matches. Not great. Not terrible. Move this door over here. Let's remove some of these. And pretty good place. Done and done. Doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Now you have a very cool little basement system going on. Like, imagine that. Every town you build has its own little dungeon system. And you can even take it below if you want to. I'm not planning that, but could. Okay, so we got that. Let's see. Oh, these won't be too uniform here. We'll see. Oh, interesting. 1, 2, 3. Oh, cardinal sin. How did I do this? That is not allowed. I'll just take all of this. Yep. And get it all the way back there. Always keep everything in two, I mean fours and fours. All the way. There we go. Okay, let's go. Take one more. I think it's time to use this slab again. I haven't used it, so I'm kind of matching. I'm trying to make sure I'm not reusing the same piece in the same area. That makes them harder to notice that we're just reusing the same stuff over and over. I use this one. Have it. But I have used it right here, so that would be a bad idea. It's this one instead, dimension style. Yeah. Boom. Oh, we got a question. Baker Contreras says, is there a way to build your own group of modules, save them and use it in any time or always? I have to find the modules that someone will build it. Yes, I think the answer is, or the question is, can you build something and then use it anytime? Yes, you can, and that is exactly what I have been doing right here. So anytime, if you have something like, let's say, you build this. Oh my goodness! Let's say you build this little mini castle scene and you go, I love this and I want to use it again and again and again and again and again. Maybe it's like a room you have and you want to copy that, whatever it is. Imagine that. All you need to do is hit X, just hold down X. You see a little icon appears, hold down X, click and drag. That'll select everything in this dimension and let go. And drag again, it'll make that box for you, and click, and notice I'm holding down X the entire time here. And I let go of X. Now I can look around with the middle mouse button, and you will see that I have these options. That means that I can copy, I can cut this out entirely, or I can publish it. If you hit publish, you can upload this, my first slab, and you have to add a description of some sort. You can choose if you want it to be private or public. So if it's just like a really messy thing that maybe only you will want to have, just set it to private. If it's something you think other people can use, then make it public. And that's how we do it. And the way that you then find it is to go to community content, and in this case you will see the latest stuff that have been uploaded. We have almost 7,500 slabs now uploaded, and I am definitely guilty of many of them now, but all the slabs that I upload, I try to make sure are very usable for people or myself. And as you see, other people upload things too. So for example, if you need a quick boat, there it is. Quick house, there it is. I don't know if that answered the question. I hope it did. But that's how easy it is. I know, isn't that awesome? Actually, I do have a better video on this on my channel. Since you're watching this on YouTube, it is called... It's called Share Your Maps. How to import and export maps in TaleSpire. That one and how to generate terrain in TaleSpire fast. Highly recommend both videos. Save you so much time. And of course, check out all the videos. And also check out the videos that other people have made. It's NCAT, Istalery, they have lots of tips, and it's very worth watching. For sure. Okay, let's see. Back to building. And... Oh, cool. There we go. And I think it's time for new music. Apply. I never remember what these tunes sound like, but I like them all. They're good. They are good. Oh, that's great. I'm very happy, Diker, that it helped. That is why we're here. At least that's why I'm here, because I really love building for people. And if I can help, now that's a double whammy. So yes, please ask away if you have questions. Now this is starting to look like a good foundation. But in order to populate it, we need some buildings. Now can we fit this one here? Oh, I think we can. Yes, we can. Look at that. Lemurian Town Docks. That works. Just leave it right there. We could add a little bit of variation. So I'm going to take this, add it just to the outside here. Bury these. Oh, these are actually... Just adds a little bit. Here. Put some of these things outside, who knows what they are. And maybe a couple of barrels as well. I think there's a lamp sitting on this one. Yep. Okay, that's a little dockside house. Wonderful. Also can have a boat being built over here. Add that right there. Do we have a Korean town thing that would make sense here? I have this, but that's just a variation of that exact same house. So. Oh, but we could just flip it. And they kind of look like sister houses. Do they fit together here? Put it here. Aha! Look at that. 99% looks like it was meant to be. Only changes I would do is no stairways. Here. This stairway really doesn't go anywhere. I do like it. What we could do is we just extend this a little bit. Yeah, it just kind of feels, oh, that feels nice. That feels really lovely. Oh, okay. Let's see. Do we have the buildings we want to put up here? Now maybe we got the silos. Got a shipyard, but we already have that one. And where did the music go? Come on. That's another one that I enjoy. Don't remember, but I'm gonna try. Crook and Cask. Yeah. Oh yeah, the tower. It's a little prison tower near the... Oh. Good work. Good work here. I kind of place it here so they can observe who comes into town. And I like this kind of dramatic line here going up to the tower. That feels cool. Oh, we also have this dockside thingy, but it feels too big mostly. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we could place it here. Oh yeah, little crane. That also solves the problem I had with the stuff there. There we go. Fine, I'm like that. Fun. And yeah, I bet the players can do something nice with that, so it doesn't feel too tall either. Cool. Okay. What else do we have here? Yeah, it definitely feels like we need some actual buildings. We do have some taverns. Taverns work everywhere, right? Could you have... Okay, nah. Maybe something like this instead. But these buildings were built before I built this set, so they're not as good for this as I need them to be. Oh, we also have a small fishing boat like this. Could kind of fit it in here. Yeah. It's a mini version. So that's so fun. Let me just clear this out. We don't need that here. Place a few of these. Go. Yeah, that worked out. Oh my gosh. I know it's ridiculous, but this makes me so happy. Oh. Have a good night, Yahiko. Good luck with the building. And hello, let's do it. Welcome to the stream. Just building some calm little... We're testing out, actually. We're actually testing out the slabs that we were building. And I am very close to heading over and bringing in some of the other slabs I was building. Oh, that one works quite nice there. Nice. That works. Okay. This is what we would call Lemurian Town. Lemurian Town demo. This is gonna have all the Lemurian Town stuff here, including the wells. I'm excited for those. Got some wells here. Which one will we use? I don't know yet. This could also be a good place for blacksmith, but maybe it feels a little bit too close to the docks because, yeah, we're gonna be a little bit further away from the docks before we add a blacksmith. It would make no sense to be out by the water. Yeah, these are a little bit too big. This one could. That could work, yeah. Neatly wrapped up like that. Oops. That's better. Let's keep it to that. Okay. Let's head on over and bring in some more buildings. go to Forest Roads, which is funnily enough where all of these are living. Oh, I can hear my computer starting to struggle when I pop into this map, so we're gonna delete a few things. Really didn't intend for it to be too heavy. It's not even that heavy, but there are quite a few pieces here. Now, I like this building, but it doesn't have much of furnishing yet, so we're gonna do a quick little furnishing here. Let's see, any sort of a chair, and then of course containers, lots of containers. When in doubt, just keep adding containers. Add some bags. So should probably add light. Yes, that is a lot of builds. We definitely adding lots of builds here. That is on purpose. And I'll bring in as many as we can to the other map. Oh, let's add a light to that scene. And maybe, just maybe, we have a little bed on the side here with a footstool. Again, keeping it light, keeping it fast, keeping it basic. Add a little light there, and some of these. Very small room here, so we don't have a lot to go on, and that's okay. Arrow. Anything else? Maybe on the outside. To hint at what this building is all about. Okay. I thought there was a door back here, but there isn't. But there could be. All of these builds are designed to be easy to add stuff to. Add a door here, or do whatever you need to. So here we go. Take this photo from this side. Yeah, that's a good idea. Marion Town Warehouse corner. 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. I don't think there actually are 4 floors. I hope I'm wrong about that. 4 floors tall, as far as I'm concerned. Add to your cities. See my YouTube tips. Speaking of, I am streaming not frequently, but when I do, I stream for longer periods of time. So if you like these builds, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, you check out all my builds on mod.io. Speaking of, it is getting pretty late here, and I'm realizing I should really be getting some shut-eye, so very appreciative of you all watching tonight. I will be getting more of these decorations and more of these buildings out. You can find them all just by searching for Lemurian. You'll find many of the things that I build. And if you need pre-made things, for example, you will find in Lemurian Village. So pre-made little towns ready to go, so that you don't need to know how to build much. You just place them down and off you go, off to adventure. But they are also very easy to plop down and then expand with additional pieces. Also check out Lemurian Forest Roads. That will give you more pieces. You can expand and build your own things, whatever landscape you need. And of course, don't forget, if you have suggestions for things that you need, let me know. I even do commissions, but I love just building free things for people so that you can access them and add them to your games. And there you have it. Thank you for watching with me for these past 2 hours. I have had a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be back in streaming more because we have so many things to build. Anyhow, don't forget to join us on the TaleSpire Discord and check in on the new builds. And don't forget, share if you use any of these. Come along and share what you have built and created. That's always fun to see. And there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or morning or wherever you are. I hope you are safe and sound, and that I'll see you on the next stream. You have a good night now, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you, let's do it. You rock.